Maybe that'll help. Oh, okay, that seems to help. Okay. That seems to help a bit. That seems to help. Okay. Um, okay, well, it's loading. My computer's been on all day. One of the reasons. That I didn't have any audio. All right. I'm not gonna be going for long. Most likely, probably for like 30 minutes, mostly. I want to be very clear on this. Both sides, on Minecraft on YouTube. On YouTube and on Twitch. And the reason why is because, well, I didn't really want to bring it up because everything just got better, but I didn't really want to think about it. But okay, so we're gonna be switching between these two, just so you guys know. But I ended up not having a very good dream last night, and I'm not usually one to like mope over a bad dream. However, the dream that I had was about me. It was about me dying, and I don't like how in that dream I was so like nonchalant about it. Because when I woke up, I was feeling all of the oh fuck. All right, I was feeling like all the I should not have acted that way. This should not have been how I was going about this. And not to mention that I woke up and I wasn't feeling very good. I ended up having a really bad headache, and I ended up throwing up. We had unfortunately we had a doctor's appointment on this day, so I just went over. I mentioned that and the thing is, the headache thing is not an irregular thing. I've been getting headaches like 1 to 2 times every week. I talked to them about that. They're like, oh, okay, well, I think it's the fact that you just need to relax. So after that, after we were done there, we went over to dermatologist because that's the thing. My skin on my foot is starting to become very leathery. So we're going to go and check that out. But when we came back, I went and got ready, and then went to school. Had an okay time. Figured wasn't really stressed about a lot of stuff. The teacher actually gave me less things to be stressed about, saying that there are some stuff that I didn't need to turn in anything. So honestly, I'm very happy about that. And I finished the project again because I completely forgot to make a what's it called? I'm gonna go to sleep, and now we're gonna go and just explore that direction. I don't think I did that before. But I don't think. But he was like, okay, well, you just need to make a background. I forgot to do that. So I went and made a background, but he's like, no. Okay, now you got the background. You just need to trace over it now. So I did it in not a very good art style, but I traced over it. Didn't really give it any depth. Just traced over it, gave it like filled it in like solid colors. The reason why is because we're using Photoshop. I don't really know how to use Photoshop, and it seems to be completely fine with how I've made everything so far. So I'm making stuff the way I think that it needs to be made. So I'm making stuff the way I think it needs to be made. Why do I have so many arrows? Why do I have so many arrows? I don't remember why. Anyway, so, but he's like, we'll finish this up. We'll finish all this up next time on Monday. Yeah, because I have work on Mondays and Wednesdays, and you may say, well, why are you stressed then? It's not the fact of how many times I have work. I have school. It's the fact that I've not had good times in school. It's the fact that I've not really had good times in school when it comes to, like, turning stuff in. Back in school, it wasn't the fact that I was bad at my work. It was more the fact that I wasn't good at turning stuff in. Well, yeah, I didn't do some of my work, but it was also because even when I did, I just didn't turn it in. So, so that's something I've been mostly stressed about. Also because I tried getting the thing down on my computer here, but because I don't have Photoshop on my computer, I have GIMP. For some reason the files, well, because it's because I'm using a Mac, the files from a Mac are not going to translate over to PC. So I can use my MacBook Air that I got over there, but for some reason, I don't know why. I tried getting this ready about on Monday, and I was like, okay, I can just get my MacBook Air. But then I was like, yeah, sorry, sorry, no. And I was like, why? And it's like, oh yeah, your computer cannot work because it doesn't have, because the what's called, because the what is it called, the time and calendar and clock is not set to it's not set to current time. And I was like, that shouldn't be how this works, but okay, I'll go look at that. Let me go and fix it. But for some reason, it won't let me fix it. And I don't know why. I woke up not really having a good morning. I went for a walk, prayed to God. I don't really have like special prayers that I can use to pray to him. I just pray to him just like as if I was talking to him, like as if he was just someone there to listen. So that's usually how I pray. So I was out there, just talking to him. And all day long, I just had just this lingering bad feeling of anxiety, which the Bible even teaches you and even there's even a verse in there that's just like, hey, be calm, just chill out, be calm, you're fine. And I believe it's in Luke. Jesus states, can who of you can add a single hour to your life just by being from anxiety? Give me a moment. So, yeah, there's an entire, like, verse that's like that, and I know that I'm supposed not. I know that I shouldn't be, like, so anxious. But there's something about I don't know why, but I shouldn't be worried. I shouldn't be worried, but I don't know why. But there's something that just constantly worries me, and I don't know why. I don't know why I'm still worried so much. I shouldn't be. I should be fine. Is my lack in faith? I hope not. I hope not. Is my faith not as strong as I thought it is? There's a good chance, but I still believe. No, I don't think you understand how. And the thing is, I don't think you understand how shaken I was of this. You know how when you're a kid and you have a nightmare, you go to your parents' room? I had to go to, like, I hadn't done that since I was 10. I'm 22. It's been 12 years since I did that. I was so shaken by this that I actually had to go in there just as they were waking up, explain, I had a nightmare that really shook me up. Can I talk to you guys for a bit? I had to go there and ask to talk to my mom for a bit. Just talk to her for a bit. It calmed me down a bit, but I had to go. But after about a few minutes, I decided to go for a walk. I hadn't had to go into my parents' room just to talk to them, just to be in the. I hadn't had to go and be my parent and just crawl over to my parents' room. Or walk over there just because I had a nightmare in a long time, and I got really scared. Over a day, I started feeling better about everything. The scariest thing about today was the fact that I was falling asleep when I was on my driving home. So I decided to go home and fall asleep to like something to and then watch like a YouTuber that I haven't watched in quite some time, Grian, Minecraft YouTuber, and I decided to, and I ended up falling asleep to his videos, and I woke up, headache was gone, I felt so much better, less anxiety. And I was like, I might need to, I didn't realize, I looked at what time it was, and I was like, I forgot I need to go and, forgot that I wanted to go and stream today. You know what, here's the thing, we'll see, near the end of this episode, we'll read a Bible verse, how about that? If we can, maybe a full chapter. How about that? How about that, everyone? Okay, let's go and check down here. I'm not really looking for ore, because a lot of the ore is down here. Most of the ore that's down here that I'm walking past, I'm able to get from farms. However, iron is something that I'm still gonna get. So let's go here. If anyone wants to come in, vent about how they're feeling today. come on in. Later, I want to state that you can come in, say anything that you want. How if you're feeling bad, if you're watching this later in the future, and if you're feeling bad, just put how you're feeling. I may not comment because I'm not really good with like how other people feel. I will like in the friend group, I'm probably like the worst person to go to when it comes to like you're feeling depressed, because I don't know how to respond to a lot of stuff. Because there are things I just don't know how to respond to, but I still try and listen. So there's that. Matt ended up saying that he didn't want if there was anything that was planned for a day, he didn't want to do anything. The plan was that because he keeps on pushing it back. At one point, he even stated how frustrated he was because of how many times he kept pushing it back. So, in order for this to kind of stop, I'm kind of reminding him almost every time. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, and the thing is, like, what it is he wants to create some skits on VR chat. I have some skits of my own. And the thing is, I remind him not because I really want to do it. I want to do it, yes, but me wanting to do it is not the reason. I keep reminding him. I reminded him because he's pushing it back, and he even stated how frustrated he was because it keeps getting pushed back. And the thing is, like, before he didn't really have people to, that was by the way lag. That was lag, by the way. He didn't really have people to go on VR chat with him to do his skits with. And honestly, I would like to do skits. Back when I was in what's it called, in Boy Scouts, we did skits a lot. We love doing skits. And that's something I kind of miss. Sometimes you catch me doing it. I have an idea for one that I can make with just the two characters that you guys have seen before. One of them is in a black overcoat, the other one's like in a white shirt or it's a lab coat. Originally, that character was supposed to be like in a yellow like tuxedo. But I don't have a yellow tuxedo. I have a black one. And the only time I really ever wear it is like when I go to weddings or important events. Oh, I just went back in a circle. Alright. Well, I'm not gonna have this this game go on for too much longer. I'm gonna get a Bible verse. You know what? I might read a might read a full chapter. Who knows? Maybe not. Might read a full chapter. I got one in mind. It's a short one. Jonah, the story of Jonah. story of second chances, forgiveness. The forgiveness of God. If we don't, we can probably do Romans. Let's get back to the house. I can't run for some reason. This is running. This is running, by the way. I should probably, one of the things I should probably do is get netherite. Because, even though it's hard to get, I have mending. I'll probably read one chapter. And then I'm gonna end the stream. Jonah. Now, just for everyone here, before I read this, I'm not good at reading, so just bear with me. The word of the Lord came to Jonah, son of Amittai. Go to the great city of Nineveh and preach against it, because its wickedness has come up before me. But Jonah ran away from the Lord and headed for Tarshish. He went down to Joppa, where he found a ship bound for that port. After paying the fare, he went aboard and sailed for Tarshish to flee from the Lord. When the Lord sent a great wind on sea and such violent storms across the ship, threatened to break up, and that the ship threatened to break up, all the sailors were afraid that each cried out to their own God, and they threw the cargo into the sea to lighten the ship. But Jonah had gone below deck, where he lay down and fell into a deep sleep. The captain went to him and said, "How can you sleep? Get up and call on your God. Maybe he will take notice of us, and we will not perish." Then the sailors said to each other, "Come, let us cast lots out and find out who is responsible for this calamity." They cast lots, and the lot fell on Jonah. So they asked him, "Tell us, who is responsible for making all of this trouble on us? What do you do? What do you come from? What is your country? From what people are you?" He answered, "I am a Hebrew, and I worship the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the land." This terrified them, and they asked, "What have you done?" They knew he was running away from the Lord because he had already told them so. The sea was getting rougher and rougher. So they asked him, "What should we do to you to make the sea calm down for us?" "Pick me up and throw me into the sea," he replied, "and it will become calm. I know that it is my fault that this great storm has come upon you." Instead, the men did their best to row back to land, but they could not, for the sea grew even wilder than before. Then they cried out to the Lord, "O Lord, please do not let us die for taking this man's life. Do not hold us accountable for killing an innocent man for you. O Lord, have done as you pleased." Then they took Jonah and threw him overboard, and the rain sea grew calm. At this, the men greatly feared the Lord, and they offered a sacrifice to the Lord and made vows to him. But the Lord provided a great fish to swallow Jonah, and Jonah was inside the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. You guys want to keep going? I'm going to tell you guys right now, there are only 4 chapters to this. From inside the fish, Jonah prayed to the Lord his God. He said, "In my distress, I called to the Lord, and he answered me. From the depths of the grave, I called for help, and you listened to my cry. You hurled me out into the very heart of the seas. And the currents swirled around me. All your waves and breakers swept over me. I said, I have been banished from your sights, yet I look again towards your holy temple. The engulfing waters threaten me. The deep surrounds me. Seaweed has wrapped around my head. To the roots of the mountains I sank down. The earth beneath buried me in forever. But you brought my life up from the pit, O Lord my God. When my life was ebbing away, I remembered you, Lord, and my prayer rose to you and your holy temple. Those who cling to worthless idols forfeit the grace that could be theirs. But I, with a song of thanksgiving, will sacrifice to you what I have vowed. I will make good. Salvation comes from the Lord, and the Lord commanded the fish, and it vomited Jonah into dry land. Chapter 3. Then the word of the Lord came to Jonah a second time. Go to the great city of Nineveh, and proclaim that the message I give you. Jonah obeyed the word of the Lord and went to Nineveh. Now Nineveh was a very important city. A visit required 3 days. A visit required 3 days. On the first day, Jonah started into the city. He proclaimed 40 more days, and Nineveh will be overturned. The Ninevites believed God. They declared a fast, and all of them, from the greatest to the least, put on sackcloth. When the news reached the king of Nineveh, he rose from his throne, took off his royal robes, covered himself with sackcloth, and sat down in the dust. Then he issued a proclamation in Nineveh. By the decree of the king and his nobles, do not let any man or beast, herd or flock, taste anything. Do not let them eat or drink, but let man and beast be covered with sackcloth. Let everyone call urgently on God. Let them give up their evil ways and their violence. Who knows? God may yet relent and with compassion turn his fierce anger so that we will not perish. When God saw what they did and how they turned from their evil ways, he had compassion and did not bring upon them the destruction he had threatened. Chapter 4. But Jonah was greatly displeased and became angry. He prayed to the Lord, "O Lord, is this not what I said when I was still at home? This is why I was so quick to flee to Tarshish. I knew that you were a generous and compassionate God, slow to anger, abandoning slow to abandoning in love." Oh no, sorry, hold on. I knew that you were a gracious and compassionate God, slow to anger and abandoning in love, a God who relents from sending calamity. Now, O Lord, take away my life, for it is better for me to die than to live. But the Lord replied, "Have you any right to be angry?" Jonah went out and sat down at a place east of the city. There he made himself a shelter, sat in its shade, and waited to see what would happen to the city. When the Lord God provided a vine and made it grow over Jonah to give shade for his head to ease his discomfort, and Jonah was very happy about this vine. But at dawn the next day, God provided a worm which chewed the vine so that it withered. When the sun rose, God provided a scorching east wind, and the sun blazed on Jonah's head so that he grew faint. He wanted to die and said, "It would be better for me to die than to live." But God said to Jonah, Do you have a right to be angry about the vine?" "I do," he said. "I am angry enough to die." But the Lord said, "You have been concerned about this vine, though you did not tend it or make it grow. It sprang up overnight and died overnight. But Nineveh has more than 120,000 people who cannot tell their right hand from their left, and many cattle as well. Should I not be concerned about that great city?" That is the end of Jonah. Thank you guys for listening. And to anyone that joined, thank you guys for joining. Stream may be laggy, but I hope that me reading the Bible helps some of you. Thank you guys for watching. Share us to other people, recommend us to other people, join Discord, link is in the description, and join the Twitch. Link is also in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and that'll be it. Goodbye.